Hello everybody and welcome to the highlights of this second semi-final coming to you from Kingsmead in Durban between India and Kenya. And of course it's a sudden death semi-final, this one. If you look at the situation so far on the table, Australia are through to the final, Sri Lanka of course on their way home, so it's all to play for here between India and Kenya. If we have a quick look at the head-to-head, India have won 9 of the games and Kenya have won 2, so there's a bit of a sniff for them. The squad's okay, but the batting averages and the bowling averages certainly do tell a story, along with the recent form. India have won 7 on the trot going to this game. So let's have a look at the sides that have been selected today. India are unchanged again. They've only used 12 players in this whole World Cup, so they're successful with those players they're playing, and they'll be looking to do the same again today. And Kenya, a couple of changes in their lineup. Thomas Adoyo and Morris Adumbi are back. They're both fit again, so they're back in. And Tony Suji and Brijul Patel are the guys who are having a rest. Now, India won the toss and elected to bat. Let's pick up the action with our first 2 commentators, Sanjay Mandraker and also Robin Jackman.
Tendulkar's career just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And you add all his test runs to that as well, 8,000 odd test runs, and what's he, 20 odd thousand international runs for India. Sehwag, just 67 matches. This is 67th milestone for him to pass 2,000 runs. He needs just another 36 to pass that. Will he do it in this World Cup, or better still, will he do it tonight? Two slips, 3 in the covers. Pretty orthodox field. And runs straight away, 2 of them. Won't be the quickest of outfields after all the rain that's fallen in the area. And already somebody's catching a rollicking. Doyle. Beautiful shot.
Well, that's Virendra Sehwag for you. He may not be in the greatest of form, but that won't stop the boundaries coming early. But this was one of the easiest shots to play for a batsman. It's pitched right up. Always at good hands, Sehwag generally finds the middle of the bat. Not a big follow-through, just a push, the face opening up to get the full meat of the bat behind the ball. Nice shot.
Big appeal. Daryl Harper not interested. 10 for no wicket. Let's have a look at this LBW shout. It's not a bad shout. That has it hit him on the way across? You've got to ask yourself. The bat's tucked behind the pad. That wasn't a bad shout, Sanjay.
Well, there was an emphatic no from Daryl Harper when the question was asked. You can see the big no, and then he responded after a while.
Outside edge will get him runs, 2 of them. Shot, 4 runs to finish the over. Big one for India. 19 for no wicket. I beg your... Yes, I was right the first time. Nicely played off the back foot. Probably get 3 here. They do. That's good running from both of them.
Selfless runners, both Sehwag and Tendulkar. You made a point off air, Robin, that is not one to keep or hog the strike, Tendulkar, in spite of his complete control of the situation, being the man in form. He'll pick up every run possible, irrespective of who eventually ends up on strike. Same can be said about Virendra Sehwag. He was the one who called for the 3rd.
Pulled away. Tendulkar just makes the most of slight error from the bowler. It was just a little bit short and gave him an opportunity to put it away.
Not very short. I think it's the line which allowed him to free his arm to play on the leg side, which dictated that shot, and also the pace. He knows it's not going to travel to him quickly. He had ample time to rock back And he was looking to go for the big one, Tendulkar. You could see him looking to really hit it over the rope. And in the end, just about a yard inside the rope, it bounces.
Good shot. That'll go to the boundary. 4 means 5 off the over, a better over. 12 gone, 49 without loss.
So fine shot to end the last over. 49 for no loss, India. Again, good balance, nice stride forward. And that's good to see. A lot more positive with his footwork, Virender Sehwag. Gondo will continue, he's doing a good job. Oh, he's got hold of that. One bounce over the rope.
Well, the umpires aren't sure, they're just having a chat, so I think they'll refer this to the third umpire. And we can assist him there with the replay. Wasn't a bad shot.
Yes, he picked it up quickly. I'm just trusting my naked eye here. But it was touch and go, very close to the rope. Just landing inside.
Not bad for a man of 53. Very impressed, Ravi.
Done well, yes. Boundary is the signal.
Well, that's a bit of a long hop. That's put away. Some work to be done. Can't quite get there, so those 4 runs off the first ball of his spell.
Probably still a bit sore from his performance against Australia. That's too short, much too short.
Driving on the up, very good shot, just a half stop. Outfield is pretty slow because of the rain. The old fella's got to chase it, Asif Karim. And Tendulkar comes back for 3.
Driving has not been easy on this surface. Ball hasn't really come onto the bat that sweetly. The captain was the man there at mid-off. Just slightly disappointed that he couldn't get a bit more onto the ball. Saved the run though.
Sehwag should be out now. The fieldsman is circling underneath it. Has he taken the catch? Morris Adumbi it is. He's a very, very good fielder, Morris Adumbi. 33 years of age. He hasn't missed that, and that is a big breakthrough initially for Kenya.
This is pretty much what Kenya needed. They managed to bring the run rate back. It was just about 6 at one stage. Got it to below 4. Then they needed to take a wicket. Well, Sehwag is the man looking to hit towards the onside. The ball just straightening a bit. Maurice Adombe turning his back to the ball. Not really the perfect position to be in. But he held on just the same. It's 74 for 1.
Time for the skipper to walk out in the middle now. And last time he played against Kenya, he got 107 not out. His average has been pretty good so far in this World Cup, averaging 47. Overall, averaging 42.5. 8,500 runs. He's replacing, of course, Virender Sehwag, who was the last man dismissed.
Have a look at that shot. Ball was on off stump. That nagging line and the length again. Maurice Adombe turning his back to the ball. But I suppose he had all the confidence in the world. He knew he would have held on. Held on well.
He's had some good celebrations as Morris Adumbi in this World Cup so far. Ngondo, good reward for his tidy bowling. Still smiling. Lovely shot. That is a glorious shot from Sachin Tendulkar. Didn't try and hit it too hard. 7 runs from the over, 78 for 1.
Excellent shot. Just slightly overpitched. It wasn't a half volley by any means, but against Sachin Tendulkar, You have got to be so perfect with your length. Just pushed it. He realized mid-off was a bit wide. It was just a matter of getting it past the bowler.
To full toss. There's a pass mid-off. Yes, it is. 4 runs, so that's going to hurt. Boundary off the last ball of the over. Kareem will not be happy with that loose one. So 7 from the over, 20 gone, 85 for 1.
That's well played. He's got that away fine. This outfield not the quickest. Good commitment in the deep. But yet another half century for the little man. What a tournament he's having.
That's 650s and a century in the World Cup. And that doesn't really sound as it should do, because I'd rather say it's 450s, 290, 197, 198 and 100. Such a clever shot. Played with a vertical bat rather than horizontal. He's paddled it around there. The third umpire needs to just check that this was all done properly. And it looked pretty good to me. Or does that? Uh-oh. That's 4. Change ends. Valiant effort. And it's fair to say fielders don't always know. Steve DeCola continues. And the 100 comes up for India.
A steady but a solid start.
Hit down the ground. He does hit the ball hard. That might have gone all the way. Yes, it has. And it didn't go very high.
Well, the crowd enjoy it. This is flat and sweet. Yes, opening his shoulders, given the opportunity there, Ganguly, and he wastes no time in putting the ball across the boundary line.
And he's after it. It was only a matter of time. It's on to the roof and over the roof. Just had a feeling that it was only a matter of time, Sanjay.
Quite right, Beefy. Historically, leg spinners have never troubled Indian batsmen. Ganguly again very severe on Collins Oboya. He's always in great control when lofting the spinners. Get to the pitch of the ball. He's got a great swing of the bat. Sweet hitter of the cricket ball, sort of Ganguly, landing on the roof there. No problems.
Well, he's almost swung himself off his feet there.
The ball's come back. That's good news. It's just been changed.
That same person is still out there, because that's gone a little further over the top.
Well, he makes the decisions with the spinners, which one's got to go, which one's got to be defended. This was outside the off, some sweeter timing on this one, and hence the distance was further away from the ground. You can see that premeditated shot. Didn't matter where the ball landed. And that's how he plays the spinners, by the numbers. Very often you'll see him hit the big shot, then play a defensive shot with the pad, and then again later on in the over decide this one's got to go, and it did.
Well, this one doesn't appear to be coming back.
That's where the ball will come from the box, not from outside the ground.
Well, it was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Cameramen scattering all over the place. Hard and flat.
Well, we've seen some flat sixes in this innings. This one coming from Tendulkar. Now, it's been a while since I've seen him play in this fashion. He's always been a great lofter of the spinners, but he hasn't tried it too often these days.
Well, it's going to be wide, but it's a clever bit of bowling. He's a little unlucky. He's going to go all the way to the boundary and threw it up. It was the wrong one again. I think he's been listening to you, Sanjay.
And obviously not as much control over his googly as his orthodox leg spinner. But he's rarely used by Obuya today. He's got no choice with the left hand looking to clout him over mid-wicket every time. And see, they're just running down leg side. Kenny Obuya was deceived.
Oh, he's hit that. Ouch, what a wonderful catch. What a simply wonderful catch. Tendulkar needed height on it, didn't get it, was beautifully caught.
Well, he hasn't been able to get a lot of height on some of those pull shots, and this time he didn't find the gap. Still needed a bit of catching. It was powerfully hit. Well, fortunately, that Oboya brother is tall. It's David Oboya. He's the tallest of them, and he held on well. 177 for 2.
Mohammad Kaif comes in with India 177 for 2 at the dismissal of Tendulkar. With an overall average of just over 30. He's had an ordinary World Cup, his best in the last match against New Zealand. 68 not out. And this is how Tendulkar went. He wanted to get under that more. It would have gone for 6 had it not been caught, but perfect timing in terms of the jump. He knew that he wasn't that close to the boundary. Good catch by Oboyo. Should be 2. Kaif going to the danger end, and he's by far the quickest, as has been pointed out. The latest weather update for you at 5:30 local time is it's still raining at the airport. It's not raining here. It's still raining in Pietermaritzburg. Surrounded by it. So if it just stays that way. Now he's gone mid-wicket, and he's done it very well. Brings up the 200.
That's the sort of stroke play that will work on this surface. Power hitting. Of course, you've got to have a bit of timing involved as well, but it's more power than timing when you're slugging like that. Big gap down there.
He's hit that to deep backward square. Oh, didn't quite get there. Good effort in the end. Pirongondo it was. Another boundary to Sourav Ganguly. That's what he's looking to do. Hoist him leg side for 4.
The Kenyans set high standards in the field. All the fielders inside the circle have their hands on the hips. They think that this could have been a better effort, but I think that's a marvelous effort made in the deep. He went for the catch and really used the full length of the body to go for it.
Down the track again, he's launched that one. That's gone all the way. That's a huge hit. That is well played. It's cleared all those Indian spectators by a mile. Very, very good strike from Sourav Ganguly.
Terrific hit by the Indian captain. And as we admire this big hit, which went a long way, it's at least, what, 30 meters after the rope.
He's trying again, and he might... No, he's not going to get there. It's going to fall short, but it is going to go for 4. So 10 runs now off 2 balls from Sourav Ganguly. He's enjoying himself, so are the spectators. He's moved to 89.
Fatal mistake by the Kenyan captain. 1 over too many. He's in his 10th over. He's bowled a long spell, Steve Ticcolo, and this time going with the spin.
Collins Abuya, that's a direct hit. That is brilliant fielding again from Collins Abuya. Now the Kenyans are quite happy. Steve Buckner takes his time and eventually says, Simon Toffel, you better have a look at this.
And Mohammad Kaif is walking. And this is a second impossible run that he's attempted. I'm not sure whether it was Ganguly who forced him into it or it was Mohammad Kaif's responsibility at that time to say no. Would have been good enough. Ganguly would have stayed on strike. Good throw that. Off balance, it's a direct hit. What a throw that is. So the brilliance in the field for Kenyans continue to amaze us. Third umpire's decision, Simon Toffel, one of the easier ones. There it goes. Mohammad Kaif is run out. I think Mohammad Kaif should have said no to this one. Ganguly plays to the fielder, wants the run. Could have said no, Mohammad Kaif. Doesn't want to let the captain down. Direct hit, and Kaif has no chance. He's made an important contribution, 15 of 20 balls, and India 233 for 3.
Yuvraj Singh is the next man in for India, playing his 69th game, average of just under 30, 46 overs gone, 234 for 3. Doing some pretty good batting from India. They'll be a little bit behind where they would want to be, I would imagine, at this stage. They've got to go a bit in these last 4 overs. There's another look at that brilliant work from Collins Abuya. It was outstanding stuff. Mohammad Kaif was the man that was stranded. And as he was walking off, Sourav Ganguly didn't wait for the third umpire. Sourav Ganguly called him. He went over to him first initially and just tapped him on the head and obviously said, well played. Yuvraj Singh has just got that over Ravinder Shah. That's going to go for 4, just over the top. I reckon there's about 6 inches in it. It was a good over up until then. 4 runs off the last ball, makes it 7 off the over. 48 gone, 247 for 3. Martin Suji about to finish his spell. Full toss to start with. He smashed that one. Has he gone out of the ground? Yes, he has. There it is. What an outstanding shot to bring up your 100. Sourav Ganguly, that's his 3rd 100 in this World Cup. His 21st century. Correction, 22nd century overall. Another great captain's knock.
And what an occasion to get that 100. It's the semi-finals of World Cup 2003. This is a full toss, but difficult to hit those out of the ground, and especially straight down the pitch. It was a slow delivery that went wrong. Nothing wrong with the shot. Again, he gets the distance. Ridiculous.
He's picked that up as well. Has that gone? Yes, it has. Terrific stuff this time from Yuvraj Singh. Having a field day at the moment, these two.
And the bowler is wearing a shocked expression. This is a new batsman. 1 boundary earlier in the over, in the last over, in fact. He's been the star for India. Great pickup shot. Bowler trying to get full, not full enough. You can see they're just pitching about a yard short of the crease. Enough for Yuvraj Singh to get underneath. And he's always had the gift of power, Yuvraj Singh. What a glorious hit that is. Superb pickup shot.
The length is bad from Martin Suji. He will know that. Wide have gone again. There's a fielder out there. Is he going to be able to get to it? Oh, it's a very, very good effort. Doesn't quite get there. Runs away for 4 runs. Morris Adumbi it is. Ends a huge over for India. 18 runs from it. 49 gone. 265 for 3. Seeing this time, has he hold out? David Abuya is down there and he's taken a very good catch. Yuvraj Singh hitting it in the air, just a little bit too much elevation. But he's done his job. He's given the captain lots of strike and a handy little partnership again, but a good catch from David Abuya.
And the second catch for him. He picked Tendulkar up. Now it's Yuvraj Singh that is finished. And again, a Kenyan fielder going for the catch. They know no other way. Just go for the catches, even if they look impossible. 16 to Yuvraj Singh. and 267 for India.
Rahul Dravid, almost 6,500 runs, average of just under 40. That's impressive stats from him. 206 game he's playing. Of course, does the keeping role these days and does it very effectively. Fourth wicket to go down was Yuvraj Singh. Good partnership this one. It was 34 and 22 balls, and this is the end of it.
Well, trying to get it full was Odoyo. So it was a low full toss that was converted into by Yuvraj Singh.
He's hit that solidly. David Abuya's in the line of fire again. And they just end up with a single to get to that 270 mark, which we were talking about all night. 270 for 4 after 50 overs. Outstanding knock from Sourav Ganguly. 111 not out. A captain's knock again. His 300 in the World Cup. Outstanding, Sanj.
Well, the consistent run for India continues. It started off slow and measured, but a good opening partnership between the two right-handers, Sehwag and Tendulkar. Tendulkar missing out on another 100 in this tournament. But Ganguly's got 3 of them, 111 not out, and they've reached a score of 270 for 4, which on this outfield, Mike, I think is as good as 300.
India will be pretty pleased with that after winning the toss and electing the bat after 50 overs. 274, a little spurt at the end was good stuff, and Sourav Ganguly magnificent. His 300 in this World Cup, not out 111 of 114 balls. A good stand also with Sachin Tendulkar, got 83, and that stand was 103. So that's a good total in the end, 270 for 4. If you look at the Kenyan bowling, 6 were used and 3 were successful. Thomas Odoyo picked up 1 for 45 off 10, which is pretty good stuff. Ngondo was impressive, 1 for 38 off 10, and also Steve Tikoto, the skipper, decided to give himself a trundle. 6 and over he went for and picked up an important wicket. That is the story. Kenya need 271 runs. They've got 50 overs available. They weren't docked any at all, and the required rate is just under 5.5. Kennedy Abuya is opening the batting. He would have a little bit of extra protection on that elbow of his, I'd imagine, after that nasty blow from Brett Lee the other day, averaging just over 25. And also Ravindu Shah, who's had a good World Cup. His average does not reflect his ability. He's played very well, averaging in the 30s. Zahir Khan. Good shot. Very good shot indeed. Square on the offside for 4. Got a good stride in.
Slight problem here for Rahul Dravid. He's had problems collecting the ball.
And now he's obviously got a problem with finger. Maybe it's an anti-inflammatory, maybe, just to make sure he doesn't get any extra swelling there. But you can see the joints are taped up, as keepers do.
30 balls for 12.
Problems. The ball is darting around. It's a lot quicker. Really struggling to get bat onto ball.
Well, he's taken some battering here out there in the middle. He's been hit on the helmet earlier in the tournament. He was hit on the arm, now in the crotch. He's still on his haunches sitting there. The ball darting back in. Srinath on a wicket like this is a very difficult bowler to handle.
That's a good shout. Again, oh, finally, the finger that goes up. I was just about to say again, he has been refused by umpire Harper. Perhaps it was the continuous appeal. We'll have to wait and see.
And if at all this ball is pitching in line, it's because of the length. The length is very full, and you've got to say Daryl Harper had a very good look at it. It's not swinging too much for Zahir Khan. So pitch is on leg stump, and where is it heading? Straight into the furniture. It's a good decision, and he could see it when he had a look at it, and he was quite clear in his mind exactly what was going to happen. Ravindu Shah, a better batsman, is dismissed, gone for 1, and Kenya 20 for 1.
Well, I'm not too sure how many people are surprised, but I am to see Peter Ngondo walking out to the wicket at number 3. Perhaps it's because he has a strike rate of 76. Kenya are well behind where they need to be. But if you have a look at the average, 11.55. You certainly need to improve on that to be effective.
This is another look at that leg before pitching on leg stump. And I thought Daryl Harper knew it the first time when that happened, that this was going to be in the bowler's favour. But still had a long look at it. Kept Zahir Khan under some suspense for a while. And almost when the bowler had given up, there he is pleading with Daryl Harper. Given up. Hands on his knees. I think Daryl Harper was playing with the young man.
That's in the air, and I think that will be the end of Peter Ngondo. Don't think anyone could have expected much different, really. Hasn't got the class to perform at number 3 at this level.
And what's going to happen to the next batsman is an opposition even more fired up. They picked up 2 wickets, trying to play the short arm pull, looking to just chip it over mid-wicket. All it does is gives catching practice to Zahir Khan. So in the act again, taking a catch this time after picking up a wicket. Zahir Khan at mid-on helps out his partner Ashish Nehra, who's picked up on Ngondo for a duck, and they score 21 for 2.
Well, we're not going to be trying to predict this Kenyan batting lineup. It's Thomas Adoya coming out to replace Peter Ngondo. Well, he certainly has a much better record. Over 1,000 runs, averaging in the low 20s, and a pretty good strike rate as well. What will his instructions be? Certainly not to just hang around.
Well, Steve Tikolo has been short of confidence in this tournament. And perhaps that's why Kenya not sending him at number 3 or number 4 on Ngondo, the pinch hitter. Couldn't get a run. Played 5 deliveries. And on the 5th delivery, this is what happened. Intention was to get some runs quickly for his side. So that plan wasn't successful for Kenya. Just adding more smiles into the Indian camp.
Out. Caught by Dravid. Good delivery from the veteran.
No, this is classic Javagal Srinath. He's a magnificent bowler over the years, in the right area, lets the seam do the work. Will Dravid makes no mistake. Kennedy Aboya, he's gone for 15. It's 30 for 3.
$30 for 3 now then, Kenya. Captain Steve Tikolo. Awful lot to do.
Mind if he gets a delivery like Kennedy Boyer got just now, he'll find it equally as difficult to deal with. Look at that bounce, holds up, outside edge, regulation. Wicket keeper's catch, just as you'd like them. It's the bounce as much as anything I think they find the problem with, the Kenyans. He's done that a few times in his career.
This is going to be fun for whoever's under that. It's gone a mile in the air. Well caught. Very well caught. Looks simple, but trust me, it isn't.
No, I'll tell you, this is one of those wickets that's great to watch from up here. But if you're the man down at fine leg under this, well, first of all, it's up there what seems an eternity. And then it'll be swinging all over the place. Comes Adoya, going for the big one, skying it, and I have to say that Sehwag has taken that and made it look extremely easy. It wasn't, believe me. Adoya's gone for 7, it's 36 for 4.
$36 for 4, Morris Adumbe coming to the wicket. 58 matches, or this is his 58th, over 1,000 runs at an average of just 25. Reasonable strike rate.
It's his 2nd wicket, skied top edge. Now this goes a long way up. It's still up there somewhere. There it comes. And I'll tell you what, he caught that well in the end, because that ball was moving away, sliding around the air. When you get a top edge like that, it takes a lot of spin on the ball. It does well in the end. That is, he makes it look easy. That's a very, very good catch. It's just going away from him there, but he hangs on. Well, it's paddled, premeditated, and very successful. Sparing dive. Zahir Khan to no avail, but premeditated. Just enough bat on it.
The secret to hit the ball for 4 is to hit it all along the ground. It runs reasonably well there. The outfield would have got just a little bit quicker since 2:30, but not a lot. As soon as you hit it in the air, oh, you got the wrong hand on it. The left hand got in the way first. Well played. What a fine cricket shot. Whether it went for 6 or 4 doesn't matter. But what a beautiful cricket shot.
He's prepared to use his feet. Comes down. Now just have a look at this. It's not all under control. Inside out, opens the face, full follow through, and clears the ropes handsomely. Excellent. Inside out.
Here he goes again. This might be out though. Yes, it is. One too many, but he had to try. 63 for 5 now, Kenya.
Well, Thomas Adumbi decided it was time to entertain. He wasn't going to ask the question later, if only I tried. He did try. Magnificent 6 off the first ball of the over. This time, not quite timing it, not getting hold of it all. So Khan makes no mistake. Yuvraj Singh picks up the wicket of Maurice Adumbi. He's gone for 19. It's 63 for 5.
Hitesh Modi, 892 runs. He was saying between innings he was looking forward to being part of this run chase. Well, he's got an awful lot to do, but let's just remember the experience alone will be one none of these Kenyans will ever forget. Good catch that in the end as well. There have been some good fielding. There's been some very good catches from both sides.
Harbhajan Singh. Oh, that's another very good delivery. It's gone straight past the bat, straight past Rahul Dravid, and it's going to run away for 4 byes. It was the toppy again, but lovely flight.
Well, I don't think Dravid's picked it. He was going the other way. It was the top spinner. And in many ways, I think India have been a little fortunate. Dravid is a part-time keeper. He's not really been tested against the turning ball in this tournament.
That's going to run away towards the fence. It's pretty slow in that region. Just going to trickle on the right. So 4 runs. Gone. Rahul Dravid's taken the catch. Zahir Khan back into the attack, and he's picked up a wicket. He's broken the back of Kenya now. 92 for 6 they are.
Well, you could see it coming. He had beaten the bat on a couple of occasions. He was pitching the ball up, getting some movement away from the left-hander. And finally, he's rewarded. Again, excellent seam position. Just playing inside it, bat away from the body. And once again, when the batsman nicks, Dravid makes no mistake. Zahir Khan picks up his 2nd wicket. Hitesh Modi departs, and Kenya reeling at 92 for 6.
Playing his 20th game, David Abuya, averaging under 10. Strike rate also isn't great, so obviously just starting to get towards the tail now. Kenya 92 for 6 they are. Last man to go was Hitesh Modi, a regulation nick for Rahul Dravid. Moving pretty sharply to his left, took the catch, but Zahir Khan terrific in his performance tonight, coming back into the attack and taking care of Hitesh with a very good delivery. Perfect line and length, and just a little bit of movement away from Modi. That's his second, 2 for 12 now. 5 overs and 4 balls.
There's the comparison. After 33 overs then, India were 151 for 1. Kenya 47 behind. They've lost 5 more wickets. This could be problems. Well, Resurgent Singh puts his hand up in the air. He seems to think this is very close. Direct hit, I have no doubt. David Aboya would have been out. Let's just have a look.
I think Steve Buckner is just making sure exactly what happened here, but Harbhajan Singh didn't look all that confident. There's a long way to go. Here comes the dive. Surely direct hit, he would have been out. It's close, and the bat is in the air. That is another problem for the umpire, the third umpire.
Yeah. Well, I know what I think. Let's see what the third umpire thinks. Well, I think he's absolutely right. It's not an easy decision, but a little unlucky for David Aboya. As he hits the ground, the bat gets thrown up in the air.
It was always going to be a close one. Steve Buckner wasn't absolutely sure. The bat was certainly over the line, but it has to be grounded. Unfortunate, but he has to go. It's 104 for 7.
Collins, Aboya is the new batsman. And a pretty good World Cup with the ball. This is the reason he's at the crease. David Aboya comes charging down the wicket. It's a good piece of fielding. Now he's very unlucky because when he hits the ground, his bat bounces and it's up in the air. And there we go. Bat up in the air, and he's so unlucky there and short to the ground.
Shot that is, top of the roof and over it.
Well, Sehwag is pointing out to long off where Sourav Ganguly is stationed. Well, it's not fun at the moment. I think it's Ganguly who's asked him to flight the ball to Aboya, and out of the blue, this mighty blow. That was powerfully struck. Almost cleared that roof, taking some chip with it.
That's gone a very long way, and it's been dropped in the crowd. No, don't come up with it having picked it up off the floor. Good shot.
Steve Ticolo is the man. Look at that. That's a clean hit. I've seen a few sixes in this match. It's one of the better ones. It was good to watch a straight hit, straight down the wicket.
He's got an edge on this. He might get 4 for it. He does. That's 10 in 2 balls.
A typical reaction of a non-regular bowler. After being hit straight down the wicket, goes short in length. This is the 6th that we were talking about. Looks good in the black sky, the white ball. And yes, the fielding, not impressive.
And again. 6 more. Good job they moved the trophy off that table.
Well, he's a strong man, Ticolo. Didn't quite get to it, and I don't think he middled this one. But just good use of the arm. A jerk at the very last minute to get the power.
It would be fitting for the Kenyan captain to get a 50. And he's done it. And the last ball of the over. Excellent shot. Big over for Kenya. Too little, too late, maybe. 152 for 7. Dragged it back onto the stumps, and Sachin Tendulkar takes the applause graciously. but a good innings from the Kenyan captain.
He's got all kinds of variety with the wrist spin. This is the quicker delivery. And looking to hit hard, just came in a bit too quickly for him. And also didn't quite turn as much as he expected. He's delighted, and why not? He loves taking wickets, wants to be involved in the game at all time. Did well on that occasion. Steve Chikolo gone for 56, and Kenya 161 for 8.
Martin Suji, the new man at the crease, 161 for 8. And not much of a record to speak of, but that's fair enough. Tendulkar taking his first wicket in the tournament. It's always such an irritating way to get out, that dragging the ball down onto your stumps. Just laughs. He enjoyed his evening, and I think that's one thing the Kenyans have done. They've really enjoyed their World Cup. Dravid now angry with himself, because that sort of thing can't happen on Sunday. It just can't. 170 for 8.
And I think it's really time for maybe Dravid to just go back into the dressing room and get some attention for his finger, where he's really suffering out there. And maybe somebody can just don the wicket-keeping gloves, or as a special gesture, young Parthiv Patel could be allowed to keep wickets. I'm sure the Kenyans wouldn't mind it at this stage of the match. He's not gone in for a precautionary extra or anything. Nobody knows how much the damage is.
Not a bad shout, that's out. Up goes that finger from umpire Steve Buckner. Just a little bit of reverse swing, I think. It darted back into the last minute and caught him in front.
Well, he's such a natural. Just watch the seam here when it leaves his hand. He's bowling seam up. He's been bowling leg spin for all this while. Have a look at this. Bolt upright, reverse swing, struck in line. That would have knocked over the centre pole. So Kenya lose their 9th wicket. It's 179 for 9.
Number 11, Asif Karim, average of over 12.5. That's not too bad for number 11. Got him. Terrific Yorker to finish things for Zahir Khan. He's had a great night. That's his 3rd. Picks up 3 for 14, and they've wrapped this up in emphatic style. Really, really top-notch performance from India.
First-class effort around the wicket. Perfect Yorker. Again, just a hint of reverse swing. That's good enough for number 11. The centre stump knockback. And this is an emphatic win for India. They dominated the game from the outset. And a journey that started on the 12th of February as it ended up with them being in the final of the World Cup.
So there's a look back at Kenya's batting. 179 they made. The top scorer was Steve Chikolo with 56. Second top scorer was Extras with 39. And then Collins Aboya with his highest score in one-day international cricket, making 29. So all out for 179. The bowling for India was very, very good indeed. Only just Yuvraj Singh getting a little bit of a tap, but look right at the top. Zahir Khan, just over 9 overs, 2 maidens, 3 for 14. He set the trend. Javagal Srinath was spot on again, as you can see with those figures. And also Ashish Nehra, 2 for 11 off 5. So looking back at the match summary, India winning the toss, batting first, 270 for 4. Ganguly superb with his 22nd one-day international 100, and Kenya then all out for 179. And India won by 91 runs and play Australia in the big final. Let's go and join Michael Holding with the presentation.
Well done to you and your team, Steve. You must be quite happy the way the tournament went.
Yeah, I think the boys played pretty good. We had good fun in this tournament, and hopefully from now on, Kenya cricket goes to the top.
Well, coming into the Super Sixes, you were hoping to get there. You got to the semi-finals, but I don't think you seriously expected to get to the finals, did you?
Well, you never know, Mikey, with cricket. Anything can happen, and, today was not our day.
Yeah, perhaps things didn't go your way today. But a lot of things have gone well for you in the tournament. You have certainly gained a lot of fans for one.
Obviously, yes, and I'd like to say thank you to those who supported us here in South Africa and our fans back at home. Thank you so much.
There are a few rumors going around, Steve, that there may be a meeting coming up with the ICC, that there may just be some mention of Kenya being given test status. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that, but obviously that is good ears, good news to our ears.
Well, let's hope the rumors are true, Steve. You guys have done wonderfully well in this World Cup. Good luck for the future.
Thank you, Mikey.
It seemed quite obvious to us that the plan was to get over 250 and then things would fall into place.
Yeah, it was. Durban's always been a good wicket to bowl, and obviously we won an important toss again today because it does a bit in the night, and the way our fast bowlers have bowled, I thought it was a good total on the board.
You seemed a little bit nervous when a few flashes of lightning were in the sky, though.
Yeah, yes. Once we finished the 15 overs, I wanted to get to the 25, so I got the 2 spinners on, and once we were through the 25 overs, I was pretty relaxed.
Yeah, things got a lot easier. Of course, you are the captain, you're also the man of the match. Let me ask you to collect your gold watch first of all from Ian Botham, the cricketing ambassador for us today. Just a couple more questions, Saurabh. You must be quite happy now with your batting form.
Yeah, I've played pretty well in the World Cup, but as I've said to all members of the team, it's just 2 games now. It's the 2 most important games of our career. We've got through one, and we need to fire in the next one. We've got to put back our past performances, all what we've done in the last 10 games, and fire in the next one.
So that's the big one. That's what it's all about. The ICC World Cup final, Sunday the 23rd of March, Australia versus India at the Bullring at the Wanderers in Johannesburg. It'll be chock-a-block with 30,000 people in the ground, and the atmosphere will be absolutely terrific. Thanks for being with us today. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Until next time, bye for now.